Hey YouTube and Dan Brown. Today we're going to be talking about the history of democracy and why it doesn't work, Socrates, the allegory of the cave, Plato's The Republic, and a bunch of other stuff, so stay tuned. Alright, are all the non-nerdy people gone? They are? Awesome, now time to actually talk about the history of democracy, Socrates, and Plato. Now I do realize that could be kind of boring. So, to make it more exciting, I'm going to be having Plato's The Republic balance on my head while I talk about it. This might be a little harder than I thought it would be. So Dan, in your video last week, you were talking about a pure democracy and how we should eliminate both Congress and the Senate. And that is a bad idea for a multitude of reasons. The first one is this. In response to that video, you didn't feel that people are lazy or people are stupid. You felt that was a pessimistic view. I disagree, and I have history to back me up. The problem isn't only that people are stupid, it's that people are lazy and stupid. To explain how people are lazy and how people can be deceived easily, I'm going to show you Socrates, the allegory of the cave, which is an image that came out thousands of years ago that I believe still applies heavily to today. Darn it. This is going to be a lot harder than I expected. Though, on the one side of that, holding it straight on, really hard. If you open up and you wear it like a hat, works kind of better. Still hard though. So as you can see in the picture in front of you, the people that are in the cave have been trapped here since they are children. And they only look what's in front of them. Now they have access to turn around and look behind them, but they don't. They just stay looking in front of them. Now behind them is a fire. And you don't see this in the image, but there's supposed to be someone casting images in the fire, creating like a smoke image. So when they look in front of them at the wall, they're seeing images of someone casting smoke. Like, you know when you're a kid and you put your two fingers in front of a flashlight to make a bunny? That's kind of what they're doing now. Or what that person is doing now, I should say. Now, in between the fire and where they are now, there's a pathway. And now people can turn around to look at the image and the person creating it. But when they see that fire, when they see the person creating those images, he's going to believe that those images aren't real. He's just going to rely on what he's seen his entire life. What he believes to be reality. Now people can leave through the pathway, but that's hard to do. And most people are lazy. Most people don't choose to find the truth. They just suffice with the reality they've known. An example of this happening is Hitler. Good old swell Hitler. Everyone likes Hitler, right? Well, they did in the 1930s. Now most people don't realize Hitler didn't use a hostile takeover to take power. He was elected as chancellor. He set up a fake image. He put a shadow on the wall that he wanted people to see. A lie. Very few people saw Hitler for who he actually was. People saw it. But such a small number saw it. Most people thought Hitler was a swell guy. Good dude. Guy you want your daughter to marry. So, they elected him as chancellor. During his reign as chancellor, the president died. So they're like, we need a new president. Who can be our president? Hey, how about that Hitler guy? He's a swell dude, stand-up type of guy. Let's make him both the chancellor and the president, giving him close to absolute power. That couldn't go wrong, could it? That's what the masses wanted. That is what democracy wanted. Now this couldn't actually happen in the U.S. today because we have the Congress and we have the Senate. You would take those away, be like, hey, that Barack Obama's... Okay, I actually like Obama. I'm not going to use Obama. Be like, hey, Rick Perry, cool dude. Little do you know, Rick Perry's a vampire robot Nazi who's also a zombie that planned on taking over America and killing everyone, and just because people liked him, we're all going to die. So, now that we've established that people can be misled to do stupid things, I'm going to give you my next reason for why I don't like democracy. Democracy is two wolves and one sheep deciding what to have for dinner. So, if you are confused by that, that pretty much means democracy picks on minorities. It doesn't work. An historical example of this is Athens. Great old Athens. Greek gods running around, demigods, all this stuff going on. It was also a democracy. Kind of a democracy. Stay on, please. Athens was democracy, but it was only ruled by only 1/6 of the population could vote. that 1/6 of the population slowly took out all the other sixes of populations until only they could vote. In Athens, only adult males who own property and were above 25, I think, could vote. Now, and slaves couldn't vote as well. They slowly took out all the other people so they couldn't vote. They picked on the weak. And that's what democracy allows. Democracy allows people. Now, you might be thinking, Timmy, that would never happen here. Why? The other people would stop it. No, they wouldn't. It happened in Germany as well. Now, I'm going to give you a very famous quote. First, they came for the communists, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a communist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. Alright, let's imagine the Occupy Wall Street protesters. And now let's say that they wrote a bill to Congress, and they wanted to pass a bill that would take 100% of the wealth of the 1%. Now, most people are lazy. Most people wouldn't care. The people would care are the 1% on this side that didn't want their wealth taken, and then the 1%, and then the majority of people who actually would agree to vote wanted the 1%'s wealth. They're like, I want more money, it's going to benefit me, who cares about them? And then they take all the 1%'s wealth. A democracy, a pure democracy where people rule, would not turn out well. It will lead to stuff like this happening. So this is why democracy wouldn't work. It picks on minorities. It picks on the weak. I can give many examples of, but I think, darn it, but I think you guys are getting the point. Now, in Plato's Republic, the nice book I've been balancing on my head for the duration of this video, it talks about how a society should be ruled. It talks about a philosopher king. And if a king can't be found, which would be impossible to find an all-knowing person like Plato wanted, someone very intelligent who can see through everything, it talks about a republic. A republic similar to what we have now. We have a bunch of intelligent people. People probably far smarter than you and me, Dan. Intelligent people in Congress representing us, deciding what we should do. And I actually like that. I think that works. I think that works better than the mayhem democracy leads to. That's what our founding fathers thought when they thought of a republic. They knew Plato's teaching. They knew the history of democracy. And they knew that this would be the best option. That a republic is the best option for America. Because it protects minorities. It protects everyone. And we still get kind of a democracy. We get to decide the smart people we want leading us. Then all the smart people together come to a great conclusion to represent Americans as a whole. On a whole. That's really all I have to say on this. Now there's other examples of democracy failing, such as Rome and a few others that I didn't name. You can research them, Dan. I hope you liked this video. I hope you found it informative. Hopefully I kind of changed your mind. Yeah. Bye!